I begin one more time with the Uber Corporation. A year ago, 2016, hackers broke into the Uber system and thereby got all kinds of information, credit card numbers, addresses, of, get this, 57 million Uber customers and drivers. A ransom was demanded by the hackers in order not to use and go public with what they had achieved. And the Uber Corporation paid them $100,000 to hide all of this, but as these things will, it came to light. We learned about it over a year later. It was hidden by the Uber company. They knew all about it for a year. Uber lied to us by not telling us, 57 million of us, that our information had been compromised for a year. Lord knows how many people's lives were messed up in terms of their credit and a whole lot of other things like that over that period of time. A ransom was paid? That's how the corporation handled it? Here's what it probably means without having the books of the Uber company available. You can't be sure, but it probably means that companies like Uber, which accumulate all kinds of very valuable information, ought to spend a lot of money making sure these private bits of information are secure. Clearly, Uber didn't do that. And maybe Uber calculates, like no doubt other ones of these companies do, that it's cheaper to pay off the hackers $100,000 than to make sure that our information, given freely to Uber, is secure. And this leads to the general conclusion about companies like Uber. Basically, Uber provides taxi rides. That's right. They do the same thing that a taxi company does. You get involved with them, you call them, you hail them, and they take you where you want to go. Only this is a difference. Years ago, when taxi rides began, and people discovered that the taxi might not be safe, might not be maintained correctly, might not have the adequate insurance it needs, we discovered that the private taxi company would shave the corners to make more money. And so to protect the public, we instituted commissions, and the commissions made the taxi companies take the necessary precautions. And that, of course, is expensive. So what the commissions did was set the taxi rides at a price that would pay the driver and pay the company enough money to meet the demands of the commissions for our safety. All that Uber is a way around the safety. And thereby they can compete with taxis because they don't have to maintain the safety. They don't have to maintain the vetting of the driver. They don't have to maintain the insurances that a regular taxi company has, so they could make more profits. And we pay the price. You know how? The drivers aren't as good, the insurance isn't as good, the maintenance isn't as good, and now we discover that the security of our information isn't very good. Taxi companies didn't accumulate that information. We didn't have to be protected. Now we discover, like with taxis, we need a commission to oversee this company because in its drive for profits, it sacrifices the public. And that's a problem with a capitalist system where profit is the bottom line, not serving the customer. That's only the means to get the bottom line up there, and we can see what that means.